Okay.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are WABS women.
where exposure brings strength. Good evening, my friend. We're pre-recording again.
Oh, we're back to singing.
Yeah, was that a good one?
Yeah, it was. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I I am good. I usually say I'm fabulous, but I'm not feeling very fabulous. So I have to keep it real. But I'm good. I'm good. Um,
Coasting along? I'm
yeah, and
coasting.
just like I feel like the days of the week are super long. The weekends are too short.
Hmm.
Um, Lots are going on, lots of moving parts, and I'm just trying to catch up. So
Yeah, I think, you know what? We're already in halfway through June almost. I mean, like that's
I
how
know
fast. So
a
catching
lot
up
of
is
like,
probably the best like word for the month. I feel like catch up. That's how I feel.
yeah. I mean,
Like
it's
these,
30
yeah.
July tomorrow. And like, really, that's how fast
Uh,
it's.
uh-huh. I know.
Well,
I know.
it's nuts. It's really nuts. But anyhow, I will tell you, I am guilty.
Oh boy.
My guilty pleasure is watching reality TV.
Yeah.
And my husband, he never, I mean, he has watched Real Housewives of New Jersey, but he's never saw it like from the beginning. Like, it's on like I don't know, 14th season maybe. So we just started watching like when they first came on. And you tend to forget like all of the events and all of the storylines. Anyhow, so I was watching it and I was, you know, like sitting there going, oh my God, like what would I do if I was in that situation? Because these are like real life people going
Hmm.
through real life things. And the reality is that the things that they're going through, a lot of people go through that. It's
Yeah.
very relatable, right? That's why it's
Right.
reality TV, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
one of the things that got me thinking, and I was just like, yeah, like I definitely cannot get down with that. So, as you know, or may not know, with the Real Housewives of New Jersey, it's a group of women who are friends. Some of them are very close, some of them are acquaintances, but nevertheless, they're always together. And basically, one is being pretty shitty, talking crap about the person and just not being very nice, for lack of a better word.
Hmm. Hmm.
And now this person's caught in the middle because at the end of the day, it's like
They were all
a
friends.
family, right? And on top of that, it's a family member. And
Hmm.
she's put in this position like she's being really nice because she's like, well, like I don't have an issue with her, but yet she has these like list of issues with my, you know, good friend, but she wants to stay
Hmm.
neutral. And I'm like, you
Hmm.
can't do that. Like, in my opinion, like, if someone can go out of their way to be hurtful towards you and be an asshole and treat
Hmm.
you disrespectfully, even though
Hmm.
it's not around me, but you and I are close and
Hmm.
that person happens to be acquaintance or in my circle, I have to disassociate from that person.
Yeah.
Because you're hurting
Yeah.
someone I care about. Even though you
Hmm.
didn't do it to me, you might as well be doing it to me. Because to me, it's
Hmm.
about if you could do it to her, you can do it to anybody. You could do it to me. And to me,
Right.
I feel like I don't feel comfortable being around somebody that could be so hurtful to someone I care about. I feel that that is just all sorts of wrong. Like I just cannot associate with someone. So what are your feelings about that? Because it just got me to thinking, and I'm like, why is she like on the struggle bus? It's very simple to me. Like you being an asshole to my girl, I can't have that. Like I just cannot associate with a person like that. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think, um, okay, so I'll tell you that I mean, there's a bunch of us that were close friends. And me, one of us, ended up having a falling out with another one of us. And I don't really care who talks to who. I know where my boundary is and what I'm doing with this person. I don't care who, if my other friends talk to her or not. I don't care if they hang out. Like, I don't care what they do outside of whatever they want to do. Um, that's me, right? I had the falling out and it is what it is. They didn't, those things weren't directed at them. So I don't care if they stay friends with her or not. I could care less. So for me, depending on what side you're on, right? Like, if there was someone that's treating one of my friends terribly, then I mean, knowing me, I'll call him out. I mean, knowing me, I would just say, listen, that was really fucked up. But if you're, depends on where the direction is. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like just depends. I feel like it depends on the situation.
Yeah, for sure. But I think
I
like
think.
for me, I feel like if someone can be that intentionally hurtful, I just feel like I just cannot. I mean, it could be not like it doesn't have to be my experience, but I just to me that's giving me a lot of information that I need to be very cautious. And for me, someone who can behave that way, I don't want no part of that.
And
I
I
don't
guess how
associate.
it depends on the situation. Like, when I say depends on the situation, is there something, is it, if someone is malicious and vindictive and that's who they are, that's a character
Well,
flaw. So if
right,
they're going to be that way with one of us, you're going to be like that with all of us because it's who you
correct,
are. Right. So
correct.
you got to look, is it a situational or is it a characteristic,
Well,
right? Of the
definitely
person.
characteristic, according
Yeah.
to
If
the
the,
law.
yeah.
This
Yeah. If
person
somebody
is
has
just
these,
trouble. She's just a troubled person.
yeah, I mean, if you're a troublemaker and you're constantly getting into shit and you're
Yeah,
constantly doing things to hurt someone else,
yeah,
then that's who you are.
right,
But if something happened that, some type of a situation happened that didn't involve anybody else, like it didn't hurt any of them,
right,
it bother and it didn't really hurt me either. Did it bother me? Yes. Do I want to associate? No.
correct.
Right. So
That's
like
what I'm
my
saying. Like,
definition of I'm going to just create this boundary is my definition. Whatever they want to do, fine. But they've never really been, nothing's ever directed at them. You know what I mean? So I guess it
yeah,
just, like I said, situational, or is it a characteristic of the person? Because that doesn't change. Your
yeah,
character does
exactly.
not change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it was
Because
just,
people make mistakes, right? People hurt people on, you know what I mean? And it's not intentional, but it's done and it might seem intentional, but it might not have been. You just feel like it's really like a dagger at you. And they didn't really maybe feel that way. Maybe you perceived it a certain way. Maybe we went overboard. My reaction might be overboard, which is typical for me. But I may have a reaction that's not so kind either,
right.
so,
Right.
and then I might not like that I reacted that way, right? So I guess, like I said, I think there's certain
Yeah.
situations and then there's who you are to your core.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. I just was like, oh my God, these people are like 40 plus years old. And I'm like, do people really still behave like this? And
The drama is,
the
yeah, there's,
answer is yes, they do.
yes,
Yes.
drama is everywhere.
It
And I
is
think it's because
everywhere.
everybody's in everybody else's shit,
Yeah. And people just
like,
are just, for the most part, don't know how to behave. I just am always taken back in the way people behave. Like in general, like even like when I'm like in my workplace, just like witnessing behaviors. I'm just like, I don't understand. Like why do people think that's okay to
yeah.
treat other people like so rudely and not polite or
Yeah.
disrespectful?
Well, yeah, I mean, like that, if it's like, I'm one to say something
Yeah,
immediately. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, because you have to, you have to nip it in the bud and correct those behaviors. I
Yeah,
feel like when you don't do that,
yeah,
um,
yeah. I mean, one
well,
of my friends, she was just telling me the other day that she witnessed, her daughter witnessed these kids making fun of this child who was being pushed in a wheelchair with disabilities, severe disabilities.
mm,
And these
oh,
kids were
that's
walking
bad.
by, these boys, and they were making fun of this girl. And my girlfriend's daughter, who's a senior in high school, she opened up the storefront, walked outside, started screaming at those boys from across the street to
Mm,
yell, to put them in their place because of what they were doing.
yeah.
Like these are like that is just that's something that's mean.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's like if someone is mean, if you're making fun of someone, like I can't like this. That's one thing that I will tell you. If I was in a group with you and a couple other women and they spoke about another person, that they're fat, that they're this, they can't walk, they whatever the case may be, that is a character flaw. That is who you are to your core. You are fucked in the head and you are out of my circle. Like that, I
Yeah,
draw the line. Like I think everybody has their own line that they draw, you know.
absolutely.
And
Yes.
me, I would probably put that person in their place within 5 seconds and then I'd never associate with them again.
Yeah, you can. You can. Because it's not who you are, right? You know
Right.
what they say?
Right.
Tell me who are your five closest friends, and I'll tell you who you are.
You want to know the story with my father, what he said to me?
Yes, I did.
It's in my book, but I will give the example here. Me and one of my friends, we were sitting at the table and we were talking and my dad came in and the picture window was huge above the table. And then he's like, look out that window. And me and my girlfriend are looking out the window, right? Like, what the heck? What? We see nothing, right? We don't see anything. He's like, look out that window. If you look out that window and you see 5 cats over there and 5 dogs over there, he's like, do you, or no, he goes, if you see five, what do you say? He said, if you see 5 dogs over there, do you see a cat sitting in the middle? And we're looking out the window in the pitch black, right? Looking out the window and picturing, both of us are sitting there picturing all these dogs with a cat, right? This is what we're picturing in our heads. And we're looking out the window as if something's there, right? Because my dad's like, look out that window, look out that window. And I was like, no, is the answer no? Like, what is happening right now? That's what I was trying to figure out, right? What's happening right? He says, no, you don't. You never see a cat sitting in the middle of all dogs. He goes, you want to know why? I said, why? He goes, because dogs run with dogs, cats run with cats, and rats run with rats. And don't forget it. And I was like, dang. And then the whole saying of the whole, you're like the 5 people you hang out with, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All
It's like,
that started coming out. And my dad was like, when that all saying came out, right? My dad was like, just like I said, dogs run with dogs, cats run with cats, and rats run with rats. I was like, Dad, you
I
are
love that.
smart. You're
Yeah,
smart. But like it was dramatic, right? His
yeah.
explanation was like dramatic. And we're looking out the window, like, what? We don't see anything.
Right.
We're
Oh
looking like
my
there's going to be a
God.
surprise out there, right?
That
Yeah.
is funny.
Yeah.
I love that
But that was
story.
a lesson learned that day, and we have never forgotten it. And we
Yeah.
were I want to say I was, I had to be 19.
Okay.
I think I was 19 when he told us that story. Crazy, right?
Yeah. It's never too early and it's never too late.
Right
That's
on.
the same. Never too early, never too late.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I,
But
I, I agree with that for sure.
yeah, yeah, it's a good one. It's a good
Yeah.
story. It's a good lesson, right?
Yes.
Right. But you choose. In the end, you choose who you associate with. And if you do not want to be associated with this person or these people, then you don't hang around with them.
Right.
I mean, that's it. It's got to, keep it simple.
Well, I mean, it all goes back to, positive energy attracts positive energy, negative energy attracts negative energy. Like
Mhm.
all those things, like you attract what you are, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, if
you have
you're,
to take a look
yeah,
within, and sometimes you hear people say, well, I don't understand why I'm always, you know, finding these kind of people in my life, or why these
right.
people come in my life, or, well, you gotta check yourself first because, you know, chances are there's something that you got going on that attracts that, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So,
I had someone tell me they delivered something to the house the other last week and says to me, you're always so happy. And I said, and then I thought to myself, am I? I mean, I am, but like maybe I don't know.
well,
I must, it
I
must
have,
be noticeable that I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. Right now, I'm
well,
really happy.
I have a question for you. So, how's the last 36 hours been for you?
These last 36 have been way better than the 36 we spoke. Well,
Okay, well,
no. I don't want to say way better because like that was really good too. That was like, I mean,
right.
it was bad and then it turned good. But no, I have had such a relaxing, mellow,
Mm.
laid back time for the last 36
Oh,
hours.
good. Well, that's always a bonus.
Hey, it's been, I can't even be, the relationships that I have with the people I have them with now are so, it's just peace, no drama, just peace throughout
Hmm.
my neighborhood, throughout my professional world. I'm happy where I'm at right now.
Well, good. Happy
Yeah.
is where we want to be. I love that. I love that
I'm,
for you. And like
thank
I
you.
said, I know that only bigger and better things are coming on the horizon.
Here they come, baby. Here they come.
Well, Andrea, thank you for getting on the mic with me. It's always so great to catch up with you. And I look forward
Yeah.
to the next time